Welcome back to the #1 fastest growing MMA media outlet, Overtime Heroics. My name is Jake Foley, and with me today is the one, the only UFC fighter, Dwight Grant. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing today?
I am happy to be here and ready to discuss your upcoming fight.
Awesome.
April 24th, you will be going up against Stefan Sekulic at UFC 261. How you feeling about this fight? It's coming every single day. It's just a little bit closer.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It's like my last fight I was really excited for, but I felt like I was still holding on to a lot of like feelings like that I didn't get to express, in the previous one. So I think when I got when this one became announced, and I knew who my opponent was, and the way things been ramping up in training, it's really put a lot of energy into me, a lot of energy to get into this fight and show a lot of cool stuff.
And it will be the first UFC Vent with full capacity since the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's safe to say there will be an energy unlike any other. How do you see the fans impacting your fight?
It's going to be, again, more energy. I think it was cool fighting without anybody there. It kind of felt like the old like Pirate FC, it was like really quiet and stuff like that, But I have to admit, definitely, especially for the walkout, you can't beat having all the fans there. Like it's just an amazing feeling. And also when you're like you have somebody in a dominant position and you're like getting the finish and you hear this, that's something that I definitely miss. So I want to get back to that.
And so your opponent, Stefan, how do you think you match up stylistically with him?
I think this is like my favorite kind of person to fight. Well, I shouldn't say my favorite, but this is the kind of guy that I end up fighting all the time. Like they have striking skills, but they like to grapple. And then when we fight, they're gonna try to take me down. But I've really added a lot of new stuff to my game, and I think it's gonna make the fight very exciting and very favorable for me. So I'm excited for that.
And where have you been training for this fight?
Here at Alliance MMA. In San Diego, also with everybody in Gamebird also, and I've been training at different places at Seca boxing gym, and training with different people, everybody, Phil Davis, work my grappling, there's some grappling this one, my friends Jeremy and Miles also at Alliance, everybody, just make sure I'm well rounded, but also make sure that I have everything I need to fight this guy.
And you have never lost 2 fights in a row in your career. Do you feel like you train with a little extra chip on your shoulder after a loss?
Yeah, the thing about it is I was going into this last fight, right? My fight got canceled in December, and I was like, all right, I'm cool, I'm regular, I'm loose. And then when we got close to the fight, but before I got canceled, I was really upset about about the previous fight. And I was training with like a different kind of energy, and it wasn't necessarily good. It wasn't the best, but it definitely felt right, and it got my training like to another level. And what I've done in this camp that I'm actually pretty proud of. I took that energy level, that intensity, and I kept it without the emotion that was around it. So I've been working at a really high pace, and I know that when the fight starts, especially with the fans there, is going to inject everything I need to into it to make it like a great experience and like a great performance.
And what is your prediction for this fight?
Every fight I do the same thing. I try to finish the guy as quickly as possible, and this one is going to be the same. I'm going to try to finish him, but I'm not just concerned with the finish. Usually, I'm just like, okay, I want to get a great finish. I want to get a knockout that looks like this or whatever it is. I'm concerned with my performance and my finish. So it's going to be a whole, thing working together to make a great fight.
And if you have already decided this, who will be in your corner on the 24th?
Well, I have, of course, Eric Del Fiero, the coach down here. And when I have Adam Blair Pryor, my other coach. And the third person I'm working on right now, I want to have somebody else in there too. But it's just Joseph right now.
And last question, the new Venom fight kits have been revealed. What are your thoughts on them?
Oh, it's great. I just saw these like an hour ago. I just saw it. And it's pretty cool. It looks like how to describe it, but it looks not just form fitting, but it kind of has this like I don't want to say Power Ranger, but it's like a GI Joe. It's something about the way it's cut that makes it look very like a uniform and some kind of athletic uniform. That's what it is, man. It reminds me of like some kind of space suit sometimes. It's really cool, man. It looks high tech. That's what it looks, high tech. Yeah.
And that is all I have for you today. Thank you again for joining me as usual. I hope the rest of your preparation goes perfectly and you get that finishing win on the 24th.
Hey, thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Anytime. Have a great rest of your night.
Hi, you too. Bye.